Sagittarius, how are you? Let's do a reading for your current energy, shall we? As always, please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. Now, I sure appreciate each and every one of you. And if you appreciate what I do here, hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really makes a difference to my channel. And I would love to see my channel continue to grow. Let's get one more shuffle in here for you, Sagittarius. Cut the deck and see what's coming through for the next 7 to 10 days. Grateful, thankful for the messages, always. All right, look, we've got the Three of Pentacles coming in reverse to the Knight of Pentacles, also reversed. There might be a situation that you are dealing with a few other people, all right? We do have the Three of Wands coming in reverse with this Three of Pentacles. Now, when these cards are reversed, usually, this is about you working with other people. And the fact that 2 cards come out indicating the number 3, I'm just wondering whether or not there's a situation that you are dealing with a few others that you just don't see how this is going to be able to move forward, all right? You don't want to work with them. You don't see how it's going to work. This is not what you signed up for, because here we do have the Knight of Pentacles saying, I don't want to do this work anymore. And it may be a situation that you are involved in right now where you're like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I just don't. I don't see why or how it's going to work for me. Oh, and then here again, we have the Three of Cups coming in. So I definitely feel like, for you, Sagittarius, there is this energy around you and a few other people that you are involved with, maybe collaboratively, the 3 of you are saying, I don't think we should do this anymore. This isn't working for us. And we do have you celebrating in the end. So I don't feel like so much it's now, about you not getting along with other people. But I think the 3 of you together are saying, I don't think this is what we're supposed to be doing. All right. We've been sitting here at a crossroads with the 2 of Swords going, should we continue? Should we not continue? This could be, a project that you were working with someone. This could be, you're a family unit trying to figure out how to handle somebody. And I say that because the extended energy here is the King of Cups coming in reversed. This is somebody who's a little difficult. This is somebody who struggles emotionally, mentally. Maybe, they have some addictions like drinking or, gambling or whatever, I just feel as if, collaboratively, the 3 of you are saying, I don't know whether or not, this is the direction we need to take. But let's see what else is coming through for all of my Saggies here in regards to this. Like I said, when it comes to a situation, if you are dealing with friends or with family, I think you're starting to look at it a little differently and thinking, maybe this isn't the way we need to go, all right? Because with the Knight of Pentacles, this is not wanting to do this work. It's not bringing us any joy, that's for sure. And here, we also have this bright yellow in the background. And then I have the Magician above you, which is also reversed. So I just feel like, something that the 3 of you or a few of you put together, it's just like, it was a good idea when we got going, but now maybe not so much, all right? So now here we are, at a crossroads. We've got the 2 of Swords. We've got to make some decisions. It could be some decisions around this king. If this is a family member or somebody that you are involved with and the 3 of you are trying to help this person, it's almost like, what do we do before, it gets really bad? And here with the Magician coming in reversed and it's above you, I just want to err with caution that when we try to force things to happen, that's when we get ourselves in trouble, and I feel like this is one of these situations where you can no longer try to make things work in a direction that is just not going to manifest in the outcome that you are after. So I do feel like there is a problem that you and your family members are dealing with that, you're just trying to figure out, what do we do? Because we got to go, it's like we got to go in another direction. We got to go, and changing tracks has been a theme for a lot of the signs this week. And I feel like you are no exception. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling for a collective group of Sagittarians. Now, with the Two of Swords, let's look at this, all right? Now, the waters are starting to rumble behind this figure. She's got two swords crossed in front of her. She's got a blindfold on, all right? So we've got to get clear about making this decision. We have to, and if it's just in general, you have to make a decision, and you are trying to figure out how to make a decision at work. It doesn't have to be, you with other people. This could be you by yourself trying to figure out, well, I don't know what move I'm going to make. Maybe your family doesn't like the situation you're involved in, yet they're not going to say anything to you because they want you to make the decision. They don't want to be the one that tells you what to do. So you're at a crossroads. You have got to make some kind of a decision, and you've got to be very clear about it. Now, I always say with the Two of Swords that when we take that blindfold off and we finally look at the situation as it is truly being presented to us, not how we want it to be presented to us, then we get this sense of power, all right? And when we finally make that decision, we do end up with just one sword. And when we have that one sword, we are now in a position to really stand in our truth, know that this is what we got to do, and move in that direction. So I do feel that is a big message for some of my Sagittarians. Now, around a relationship, okay, if some of you, I see pregnancy for a few of you, all right? We've got the Empress card coming out here. We've got the Two of Cups above it. We've got the Three of Cups over here in the near future. I'm just wondering whether or not there is a situation with some Sagittarians, and now this is a whole different message, where you find yourself pregnant, all right? And the family's like, yay, you're going to have a baby, but in the background, the relationship is really struggling. All right, the Two of Cups coming in reversed. And then we have the Strength card above this. So at this card being reversed as well, it's just like, yes, you may find yourself pregnant. You may find yourself in a situation where you're about to start something that's really, really exciting. When we do have the Empress show up like this, it kind of is reading to me motherhood. But there could be a disconnect between you and your person. Maybe they aren't on board to have a child. Maybe they don't want to have a child with you. There's an issue here. There's a problem here that's going on. And I feel as if, for some of my Saggies, you're not really sure how to handle it. Now, when we have the Strength card coming in reverse, we've got to, pull back a little bit and, regain our sense of self. We have to find who we really are, how we can really move forward. If you do find yourself pregnant, but you're involved in a relationship that is really, not looking like this is going to be a good unit down the road, again, you are trying to figure out, what's best for you in your future. So, I am sensing that some of you are going to be really questioning your next move. And, that came up at the very beginning. What should we do? Should I move forward? Maybe this is a conversation you want to have with your family. Because I do get the sense that there are people around you that really love you, that really support you, that really want to help you. And if you are in a position where now you feel like, I don't know what to do, now I'm pregnant, this guy is a deadbeat. I don't know, I just feel as if, maybe you feel a little tricked into getting pregnant, and, now, here you are, and they're trying to force you, into a relationship. That could be another scenario. This is a collective reading. So there's a lot of ways this can go. But at the end of the day, the Strength card is the final outcome, all right? You need to feel like the decisions you are making right now are going to hold you in a place where you know that you have a lot of power, that you are really tapped into what you want, that you can move forward in a direction that really feels good to you. And right now, you're feeling a little instability. So I'm going to say this, lean on those people that you really love. You don't have to go through this alone. I do see that there are people around you that really want to support you, so, lean on them, all right? Especially if you're not feeling good about this whole situation, because the Strength card reversed is telling me that you're not really comfortable in what's going on right now, and yet you don't know how to handle it, because you might be involved with somebody like this King of Cups who, emotionally is not going to be a good support for you if you are going to have a child. So big decisions, all right? And you have to be very, very clear about how you want to proceed, and if you are a single person and now you find yourself with child, you want to be very, very clear at how you are going to move forward through this pregnancy. But anyway, lots of messages. Take what works, leave what doesn't, Sagittarius. Either it resonates or it doesn't. This is not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. Take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. It could be somebody you just know in your family. However this plays out, just know that, everything is going to be okay as long as you really find your strength and you are very clear about the decisions you need to make. So with that being said, be happy, be healthy, be kind, and I'll see you later. Hit that like button. Bye now.